Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to episode 3 of the Saturday Review Show. We told you we're going to be a lot more consistent this season, and we're delivering already. I'm a man of my word. So we're here today. There are so many results to discuss. We're going to talk about Arsenal drawing to Fulham. I backed you, Arsenal. I backed you, and then you let me down. We're going to be talking about Spurs playing some good football and beating Bournemouth today by 2-0. And of course, we're going to talk about the jammy bastards playing shit football and winning again. It is what it is. This is unfortunately what we've been seeing anyway for the last 2-3 years. So it is what it is. Anyway, big up everyone for tuning in. Big up everyone who's watching us right now. If you're watching this right now or on the replay, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single person watching us right now or on the replay, please like, subscribe. YouTube's telling me you guys are sharing the videos at record rates as well. So continue to hit that share button. Share it everywhere. X, Twitter, WhatsApp, wherever the hell you share your videos, make sure you share them. And let me introduce today's panelists. This guy, today, after his draw, I messaged him. I DM'd him. I'm like, don't hide. And he's like, you don't even respect me. I'm like, if I don't respect you, I wouldn't have had you on the channel. But there is no better man to speak to after an Arsenal bad result, because he's like the most level-headed, hot-headed guy you'd ever meet. He's the coldest, angriest guy you'd ever meet. He's the mixture of both worlds, you know? He gives you anger, he gives you happiness, he gives you everything you need. So, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, man like Kunle has joined us. How you doing?
Oh yeah, now my people, it's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, now tonight you go understand. And yes, I never hide. Win, lose or draw, I'm here. I hope Husam understands that I never hide now. Give me that respect, I beg.
You get it. You get my respect. You get my respect now. You have it. You can have it all. Big up to you, man.
Thanks,
staying in London, but this time a team who won is who we're going to introduce next. Today, we started Saturday. This is, of course, the Saturday review show, as you guys can see. We started Saturday with all tuning into Tottenham Hotspur take on Bournemouth, and we're like, yeah, they beat Man United last week, but can they do it again? Can they play some beautiful football again? And guess what? They did exactly that. And this is a guy who actually probably hasn't been on the channel in a year now. And this is 99% his fault, because every time I message him, there's some shit happening. Oh, I'm at a wedding. Oh, I've got to go out. Oh, Spurs are shit. I don't feel like talking about my club. It is what it is. But we met on Usman's channel. Shout out to Usman. And of course, he's here to rep Tottenham Hotspur, ladies and gentlemen. None other than the man himself. Man like Kish has joined us. And he lags out on the intro. How are you doing, Kish?
Looks like his team.
Pick up the lag. Up the English internet.
Yo. So yeah, I'll be real. I've been purposely dodging you in the last year because I've been tired of that pragmatic football. But guess what? We're cooking that sauce, and you know what? I'm back at it. So I'm back all coys this season, boys. I'm back. I've got
Big up to you, Kish, man. Big up to you. Thank you for joining us, my guy. And we're gonna stay in London this time. Not a draw, not a win, but a convincing win at home against the team that I think will probably break Derby County's record at this point, Luton. You know that meme, what is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas? I feel like that best describes Luton right now, because you watch them and you're like, what are they even doing? And apparently this guy has a rivalry with Kunle as well, so we would like to explore that a little bit more. Joining us on the channel, of course, Chelsea rep, who I'm sure is going to have a few words for me when we get to the Chelsea section. Man like Don is here. How you doing, Don, man?
Hey, listen, big up the panel, man. It's going to be a good show. There ain't no rivalry with me and Kunle. All it is Kunle's just getting a little bit of education. Do you know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm his lecturer, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? A few seminars with Kunle.
He's educating me on how Chelsea are going to finish third this season. It's a great lesson to learn.
I'm here for it. You know what? I love the shithousery. That's the best thing I love about football content. And finally, he was actually the first one here. But I introduced him last because I hate his club. I love him personally. He's slightly a bottle job, just a little bit. But his football club, once again today, found a way. You know, 5 minutes into the stream, I had my sunglasses out. I was singing "Glory Hunters, Man United." I was so happy, man. I was in such a good
Jinxed
mood.
it, man.
And I jinxed it, and Nottingham Forest ruined it. It ruined my hate along. But this guy has been on the channel in a while as well. Man United rep for today is none other than the man himself. Man like Aaron has joined us on the channel. How are you doing, Aaron? Man?
Same, bro. Big up the panel. Listen, all the tears you can cry for Man United not losing. That's good enough for me. Forget the 3 points. Knowing it caused you a little bit of pain is all I need to hear, mate. That's set me off perfectly. Thank you so much.
It does cause me a little bit of pain because, you know, I think Aaron probably understands this more than anyone on this panel, even including the Spurs and the Arsenal reps. Like, this hatred is real, man. Like, the hate is just this hatred, bro. Like, if they could be playing any person, any team on earth, and I just want them to lose, like, even if it's irrelevant, they could be playing Wimbledon in the second round of the Carabao Cup, you know, and I'd still want them to lose. It's just how it goes, man. That's just the
I'm with you, bro.
Still to this day, there's no team I hate more than Liverpool. I see, and
fact.
No matter, and it's weird when people ask you like, well, how can you be bothered about City doing this, and this? Listen, I grew up. My dad hates Liverpool, and City have never been anything. They were the little boy. Do you know what I mean? So I will never like anything to do with Liverpool. It's one of them. It's like you even do, you know, try and be impartial about best 11s in the Premier League. I can't put a Liverpool player in there. You're mad. Like, that's just crazy. So I agree.
You can't put Salah over Anthony, no?
Nah, I won't even put Salah over Dan James. Are you mad? Nah.
Okay. This is not our
went completely left with that one, mate. Jeez.
Yeah, let's just. I'm gonna let that go for the benefit of the viewers. Bardista says if someone was spitting vitriol, I was 100%. I was spitting so much hatred. But speaking of bottling it, speaking of vitriol performances, speaking of not getting the job done, ladies and gentlemen, there is only one place to start in London, not in Manchester. Of course, Arsenal 2, Fulham 2 is the first game we're going to be talking about. Before we do that, before we let Kunle tell us what the hell happened today at the Emirates, there is already 400 people in here. We ain't even started talking football yet. Please do slap the like button. Do subscribe to the channel. Keep showing the channel all the love and support that you've shown us across the month of August. So like and subscribe now. Kunle, the floor is yours, my brother. Talk to the people.
What do you want from me? Do you want me to evaluate the whole game? What do you want from me, man? Look, the bottom line today is Arteta shit show. That's what I say. Arteta shit show. I'm an Arteta in, but he got it wrong today. And what I mean by he got it wrong is I was under the impression that as soon as Zinchenko becomes fit, we revert back to sort. That's what I thought. Revert back to the system that worked so effectively last season. The system which didn't involve him having to overthink little details. We just played and we won games. I thought that's what we're going to revert back to. But not only I was excited when I saw Trossard in the starting lineup for sure. But then when I saw him accompanied by Havertz, I was like, what's going on here? Why are we still doing this? And I saw Gabriel missing again. I saw Partey right back again. Look, I'm very much Arteta, get me the points and I won't judge you, innit? Get me the points and I won't judge you. You got me 6. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm a run with it. I'm a run with this formation for now. Zinni comes back. We revert back to sort. Even after we put ourselves in a situation 2-1 up, do you know what this madman does? This maniac brings off, like when they go down to 10 men, he brings off Odegaard for Jorginho, like we're holding on against 10 men. Is the guy all right? That's when you should go for the third goal, close the game, take your 3 points. So for me, Arteta got it wrong today. Yeah, we had chances. Yeah, we had a few little patterns of play. But for me, Arteta has to take the blame today, man. Awful. There's no excuse for dropping points, especially to teams that have 10 men, man. No excuse.
Kule, you're speaking facts there, yeah. But one thing I don't agree with is when you said, like, how can I judge him if he's picking up the points, bro? You had to judge him because I was saying it from even pre-season. I said when I'm watching Arsenal, I'm not convinced there's something in there that's not right. And I'm looking at Havertz because I told you about his actual. I didn't speak to you in particular. I spoke to Dowd about.
Glad you cleared that up.
I spoke to Dowd in particular about Kai Havertz, yeah, and I told him it's not going to work in that position. I told him his attributes on the ball, he's not going to work in a team that presses all the time. And when you're on the ball, you need to show a little bit of spark, a little bit of quality. You know, Havertz is the type of player I'm meant to bring on when you're facing a low block. He faced a low block today, and what did he do? He had a howler, bro. Absolute howler today. Do you know what I'm saying? And he hasn't really done anything since he's been starting for you guys. Going back to preseason, I even said that 16-year-old Ethan Nwaneri, when I saw him in the game with Havertz, he looked a lot better than him, bro. And he's 16. How can a 16-year-old look better than you and you've been
It's a preseason game, bro. I don't really care.
I get all of that, bro. But you got to show some implications of something. And Havertz has shown nothing the whole time that he's been here. Every time any of us as rivals here, we all get new players. We look at preseason to see what they can show us. Show me what you can bring to the team when the season starts. Havertz showed nothing, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He showed nothing.
Don, you're preaching to the wrong guy, bro. I don't like Havertz. I don't get what the Havertz thing is. I get that, bro. But what I'm saying is, your manager kept persisting with it. So you can't say, oh, yeah, because we picked up the 3 points, I wasn't going to judge it. You had to speak about it at the time, bro. Because it wasn't First of all, Don, look, I don't have to do anything in it. Don't tell me what I have to and what I don't have to do. I can accept my 3 points and keep it pushing. And the reason why I was confident in accepting my 3 points and keep it pushing, because I was unfortunately under the delusional impression that as soon as Zinchenko comes back to full fitness, Arteta's going to revert back to what's been working. He shocked me today. I'm not going to lie. I have no answers, no excuses for the man. At 2, even though I didn't like it, and we did gift them that first goal. I don't know what the fuck Saka's doing in that first situation. That was an absolute joke. But we got 2-1 up, and from that position there, with 10 men, we should never throw it away, no matter what formation the guy wants to play. So for me,
I think what you're seeing personally, in my opinion, is a manager who knows that the pressure's on him this season. Because if you base it on last season and previous seasons, the pressure wasn't on. The season that you had last season coming second was an anomaly, and now that you've had the full backing of a manager,
quite an anomaly.
You've had the players like Declan Rice, so you've had £100 million signing who apparently fills the gap that you needed to then challenge. You've got other members of the team. I know Timber's injured, but other members that have been Arteta signings, and I feel now he's doing in a similar sense to what Pep used to do at Man City and still does it at times, which is he's trying to overthink, and he's trying. And you know that Pep in the very biggest games in the Champions League in particular, he always overthinks when the pressure's on him. And this is what you're seeing already in week 3 or week 2 from Arteta, because he knows as well that he has to challenge for the title this year, regardless of the Champions League and other games on top. And he also knows that Man City, if you're going to get at them, it's at the beginning of the season when it takes them time to settle in. And that's when teams like Arsenal need to push and kind of get those points on the board. If he's already dropping points early in the season, that for someone like Pep and at City, they're going to look at that and be like, do you know what? These are pretenders. That's how I see it. Anyway.
Are you saying he's copying Pep, basically? Is that what you're saying?
No, he is. He's not saying that. He is.
That's what I think.
The performances haven't been sustainable, man. If you play up against even a Liverpool right now, the chances you've been giving up, how you've been defending, bro, it's a different story. Do you know what I'm saying? Fulham today, you had Jimenez. This guy nearly scored a worldie today, bro. Do you get it? And Ramsdale's still making schoolboy errors. This is why Ray has been brought in. I think he will come in due time, to be honest. Ramsdale will do that again. He will do it again. So,
and also to add with that substitute as well that you mentioned, Jorginho's main weakness is he needs time. If you give him time on the ball, he's fantastic. But if you look at Marco Silva's teams, regardless of if it's Fulham, if it's Everton, if it's Hull, wherever he's been, it's high press, and it is literally it's all the man coming to one player. Jorginho flops in that.
As soon as I saw that substitution, I started to panic.
This is where I understand this against 10 men, and even if he wanted to bring on Jorginho for possession and to hold the ball, you bring on another defender in Gabriel, because if you bring on that other defender, game's dead, game's over. But you bring on the one player who is suspect to a Marco Silva type of opposition team, where you're going to press him and you're going to get the ball off him. So again, it doesn't make, and that's why I'm saying. And
there's one particular thing that you said that I really relate with in terms of he is overthinking it, because look, last season he wasn't even really thinking, because as you saw, the team kind of picked itself every week. We were picking up results, free flowing football. And the way that manager's acting right now is that it's like our formation was the reason why we didn't win the league last season. That had nothing to do with it, like injuries to Saliba, a few players losing their heads. So I don't know why he doesn't play what I see as our best midfield. Partey, Rice, and Odegaard, bro.
Again, to add to that point, because last season, if you were drawn that game, it's not a big issue because you're still in the top four. It isn't as big, trust me, because it's a top.
It's not
four
as big, maybe, but it's still.
But this is what I'm saying. Whereas now, every point you drop, for the league title is limiting your opportunities, because to challenge or to win the league with Man City in it, you need to get to what Liverpool did a few seasons back, which is like you're hitting 100 points or just below it, and anything below that, you ain't going to win the league. So even dropping those 2 points there, that goes below that mark further. So he now knows that this is not top four pressure. This is title challenging pressure, which is ridiculous. Like, I'm sure Hussan will be able to vouch for that as a Liverpool fan. It is relentless against Man City.
Look. I get the pressure thing. But why change what works, even if the pressure's on? Why change it? So I don't get, why do you think Partey at right back makes sense? Like, why?
Because what he was hoping for is that Partey at right back was going to be an unbelievable revelation, and then everyone was going to clap him like Arteta masterclass.
I know he's 31 on paper, but we know Partey is pushing 40, guys. Let's be honest, innit? Him playing right back at that age is just not on.
Listen, my guy's just getting ready for that.
Let me ask you the golden question here that needs to be asked. First of all, big up to Elias, and this is what the question that I wanted to ask you about the Gabriel situation. Like, what's going on with this whole Gabriel being on the bench?
I don't know, man. Like, I'm starting to think there is a rift, because it don't make sense. He didn't even get brought on to secure the game. Something must have happened. Maybe it was Arteta was upset that he was interested in the Saudi link, so he's showing him like, well, we can bench you and doing strong head, because let's be honest, he can be stubborn when it comes to situations with players. He's proven it before. And that's the only thing I can think of, because otherwise, he said Arsenal, there's a report saying even if 200 million is offered, we're not selling Gabriel, but our manager's not trying to start him. So it must be a disciplinary issue. I don't know what's going on, but I hope it gets rectified quickly, because if we set up like that against Man United, it's a long day. Me and Aaron are going to have some words, isn't
it? Maybe.
I don't know. Anything you want to say about the Arsenal game?
I mean, I'm not surprised that I think there's a bit of an overreaction. We're 3 games in. I think
overreaction in what sense, though? Explain that part.
Overreaction in how you've started the season. I think you're having a similar reaction to last season that we're having, in that you put so much in. Is that this hangover, and you've not hit the ground running. So now the fans and other fans are kind of just jumping like straight away. It's DEFCON 5 or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we have clearly got a hangover from last season, and I think you have as well. I think you were so close to winning the league, no matter what anyone says, and whatever happened. But then, you know, I just don't like watching you against us in pre-season. I never expected us to play the way we did against you. Watching the games we played before, because we didn't look like we could play the way we did against you at all. So when I saw it, that really shocked me. I was like, how? This isn't the Arsenal that we've seen last season. And even, I feel like it's just Arsenal are in this, you're transitioning from title contenders to actual properly title rivals, which is a different thing. You're contending for the league one year, but then you title rivals every single year. And that's where you're in that state of flux now, where can you maintain it every single season like Liverpool have for a couple of years? Don't laugh. I'm just
no, but the point here though, the point that Kunle is saying, I think what you correct me if I'm wrong, Kunle, is I don't think it's an overreaction, because like it's not like Arteta's picking the same sort of team he picked last year that they were playing well in, like quite fluid. Right now, Arteta's making some serious changes to invert both the fullbacks. Partey's inverting. You've got Kivior inverting. They're not getting any width. Look at Saka and Martinelli. They're getting boxed in. Every time they're getting doubled up. Martinelli's not looking like the player that he was last season. He's getting doubled up on. Same thing as Saka's getting doubled up on. He hasn't got Ben White that's overlapping to help him, you know, create a lot more chances, create a lot more threat, open up a lot more space on that side. So Arsenal right now are playing a different brand of football to what they were playing last season. it's not as fluid as what it was. Timber was a big miss, big blow, obviously, because he got injured. So if they did have Timber, they would have probably played Partey in the 6, Rice in the 8, and then you would have probably had Odegaard on the other side as well. But Timber's a big blow. He's out for the season, innit? So right now, he's trying to be stubborn and saying, I still want to do the same thing. But in order for him to do that, he's playing people out of position. You can't be playing Partey as a right back. Play him as that 6, bro. Play Rice further up. Because Havertz isn't bringing anything to them. Do you get it? That's where the frustration's coming in. He's doing the same thing and expecting different results. So it's not an overreaction. Kunle's right to be annoyed at the manager.
But I think it is an overreaction. And what you're saying is right. And he's trying to change the brand of football. We're 3 games into the league. They're not lost.
He doesn't need to. Why do you need to fix something that's not broken?
Because you transition. He's trying something. The manager, you say fix something that's not broken. They didn't win the league. They not won anything.
But they've added to what they had.
Well, clearly,
Arsenal. Let's be real. Arsenal. Let's be real though. Let's be real. Arsenal was spotless last season until Saliba got injured. They were spotless. They've added to the quality that they've got. So carry on doing what you was doing before, and then you can make the changes when you need to during the game. But to be starting off in a completely different way, playing Partey out of position, Kivior left back, Gabriel's not playing anymore. That's not the Arsenal that they were seeing last season.
No, and Aaron, real quick, like Don spot on in terms of where my mind's at, and I'm not alarm bells in terms of our season's over, it's our third game and we still. I'm not there like maybe some fans might be. All I am is my alarm bell is Arteta needs to revert back to type. That's what I'm saying. Like, do it as quick as possible because that's proven to work. Look, as soon as Zinchenko came on and Ben White went to right back, Saka started to get a little bit more space in the game. Do you know what I'm saying? We started to look a little bit more fluid. Big up Vieira. He probably had the best little cameo that I've seen him in an Arsenal shirt. So he did his thing. I might start calling him Vieira now. He only gets called Fabio on my channel right now until he earns the name.
One assist and you're calling him Vieira already? Behave.
No, I said he's gonna earn it this season. I'm still calling him Fabio for now, but a slip of the tongue. But yeah, so he needs to change.
Because I want to ask you about the style thing as well, because you're talking about like this whole thing, because it's all related as well. Because you just mentioned Vieira, who people are now asking to start ahead of Havertz, and Don and Kish and Aaron were talking about the way you're playing and the overreaction and all this, and Partey playing right back. What Tony's saying, I don't know if that's the real Tony Bloom, by the way. Big up. If you're the real Tony Bloom, hit me up in it.
This guy kills me every time I see him.
It's very lazy analysis. When you ask people to break it down tactically, they can't. Yes, there are similarities, but it takes away from Arteta to say he just copies. Overreaction. So he's agreeing with what Aaron's saying from a Brighton fan.
What in terms of
like system and the way you play thing?
In terms of the copy and Pep stuff, I don't reckon it's not necessarily the system that I'm referring to. Me anyway, I don't know about other fans. I'm referring to the overthinking things, tinkering when it doesn't need to. Like Arteta's moving like he's the one that won the treble last season. Isn't it? Like he's bored with the style last season and it worked so well. Let me change up because let's be fair, that's what Pep was on last season. He was just trying new shit. He's like, oh, let's try this, let's try that. He's bored in the Premier League. It's a joke to him right now. Let's be real. He's finding new ways, bro.
You know how last season we were saying Arsenal predictable, innit? Now he's taking it extreme to the other side. Like he's trying to make it mad unpredictable to see what he's doing. It's not working. It's not working.
Real talk, bro. Because I don't get it. We proved, and let's just go by the first half of last season. 50 points, right? That system clearly worked. Teams couldn't get close to us. Arteta was forcing everything today. He was forcing Trossard, Havertz, Saka, Martinelli in the starting lineup. He was forcing. I'm going to mention Havertz again because he was forcing Havertz, the Rice, and Partey into the starting lineup. You don't drop Havertz. Just drop Havertz.
You're from the school of thought that Havertz is being shoehorned into the team, essentially.
Yes, 1,000%. I thought it would be a better thing for me. I thought this would be a better move from Arteta. Play the system that's been proven to work. Have Havertz come in for the last 20, 30 minutes when we're controlling games, gain some confidence, maybe nick a cheeky goal, and maybe he starts his first game in that Champions League because he's the guy that has more experience than us in recent years. Maybe that would have made more sense. But this, I can't back it. I'm Arteta in, but I can't get behind this madness. It's got to stop at Man United because anyhow we don't beat these bums next week, I'm finished. I'm finished. Literally, I'm not. We have to win next week. A draw is not good enough. These lot are there for the taking. They got away. They escaped today, but they concede so many chances. If this lot take any points of us next week, we're finished this season, bro. We're finished.
I agree.
You know
you must
you're
beat
top
United
8 in
next
the
week.
league already for conceding chances, by the way.
Who?
You know Arsenal top 8 in the league. I know it's only 3 games in, but you know you're top 8 for chances.
What you said? What you said after? It's only 3 games. That's what. Huh?
No, but I'm just saying though, in the early doors already, you know, if you're doing that against opposition like Crystal Palace, Fulham, and who was the other one, Nottingham Forest at home, then the opposition are only going to get better. Do you get what I mean?
What's Rice doing in there? What's Saliba doing there as well? Why are they not stopping these chances? What's going on?
The way the team is set up is being sacrificed for Kai Havertz. That's what's going on, guys. Can we not see? If you give me the base of Rice and fucking Partey in the middle, then there's the protection there. There's protection there. And, but you can't be weighing it for me. I've been saying it. I came on stream and said I'm not the guy that is going to back this Havertz thing. I've been running him for the last 3 years. So I'm not going to just, because he's now an Arsenal player, miraculously be on his side. I told him he has 10 games. I've seen him playing 4 of them. He ain't done nothing to impress me so far. He's got 6 more to go.
For what Edu has done, he deserves a prison sentence. 65 million pounds of Prince Charles's greatest back pocket pennies to Chelsea for that German guy who literally just stands there. He needs prison sentencing. Honestly,
my brother, you're not gonna have me.
You know what's mad as well, yeah? It's not even like Havertz came for a season and we didn't see the best of him for a season. And then
Don is so happy that Havertz had a shit game.
Let me give you a little bit of context why I'm happy right now, and not even happy. I'm just like, I told you so,
You are happy. You are happy.
That's nothing about happy.
Cool. All right, cool. But you know how it goes, innit? But what it is, with these Arsenal fans, they were trying to gaslight us and trying to basically say, oh, the reason why we didn't see the best of Havertz is because Chelsea misprofiled him. You guys weren't playing him correctly. You guys, you were shit. You were robbed. He had no confidence. All of those excuses were debunked by every single Chelsea fan, by me, by Lewis, even Sam. I know you don't like Havertz, Mo. We've all got involved and told them every single thing about Havertz that they would use.
Even me, they didn't listen.
We debunked it, Havertz has been played in the position that he played today for Arsenal by Frank Lampard. He's been played on the right. He's been played up top. This guy is just not. I don't think he's made for the Premier League. In all honesty, that's what I think it is. Right?
Wow.
Off the bench,
even if he is made
in the Champions League final, like he did for Chelsea, that's the
Don, it's not. I'm not even. I don't even need to go as far as he's not built for the Premier League. Look, he's played in 4 games, and the best of him that we can say I've seen would probably, I'd say the Community Shield if we're reaching, innit? He was playing as a false 9 in that position. So if you're gonna stick him up there, don't have him anywhere near my midfield. I beg, please. Now,
this is what I'm saying. We were being told that he's not a 9. What did Arteta do? He played him as a 9 in the final. Now he's moved him back into the midfield. We told Arsenal fans Kai Havertz was sold to Chelsea as a versatile player. Right, so when you buy a versatile player, you expect them to be able to play in different positions to the high level. Because we thought, okay, he's got a good football IQ. He came with a good profile. Do you get it? But he hasn't lived up to it, bro. I don't know whether it's the growth spurt because he's 6'3" or something like that. He's just not up to it. He's just physical.
Not good, bro. He's
not physical. Good, bro. He hasn't got any flair. When you want to play further up the pitch, you have to have a little bit of spark to break down low blocks. He hasn't got any of that, bro. Any of that whatsoever. I said it during the season. During last season, I said, listen, for me, we need an upgrade on Kai Havertz. I'll keep him as a bench player. Bring him on when there's tired legs, when there's a bit of space. He can cook a little something. Champions League as well. He's okay, to be fair, because it's slowed down. He is okay. But listen, I saw more from João Felix in 6 months than I have from Havertz in 3 years. Yeah. And last season is the season when I lost patience.
The transfer window's still open, isn't it? Sell him. The transfer window's still open. You got 5
They just got him. That's not an option.
Nah, sell him.
They didn't want to hear it.
Do what Chelsea did last season when Southampton bought Lavia and they tried to buy him in the same window. Like, just bid him. Send him to Leipzig. Send him to Leipzig with Werner.
I have a question. Do you think Richarlison scores more goals than him this season?
No, definitely not. That's another topic, but yeah, definitely not.
I was just
you don't think he will? Did you not see the chances Havertz missed today?
He can go.
I saw the chance that Richarlison missed today as well, brother.
I know, but he's actually playing as a 9 though. He's actually playing up front, so he will get more chances.
Kunle is a master of
Even
Don't allow
still.
him because this is the Arsenal section, so I'm gonna be a good host.
Ah, shit.
Kind of deflect.
Big up, big up.
This
to
time why I nearly lured them all the way in, bro, man.
No, because brother, he's trying to do the Stones in midfield, says waves, and then he says if Arsenal lose to United, they're in mid-table form. I can't lie. If they lose to United next week, man, I'm gonna have to start
finished,
Arsenal.
Can happen.
Even if we draw to United, it's embarrassing right now.
I agree. You need to slap the shit out of them.
No
In Pep's
offense.
2 worst seasons at City, he finished with
Actually,
7
all the offense. Sorry, I'll take it back. All the offense.
In Arsenal's best season since 2004, they finished with 84. There's no title race. Fake news. Damn, Waves. You know what I love about Waves? He's a Barca fan, but he has so much vim for Arsenal. I never understand it.
Which is weird. We've done nothing for them, but give you great players.
I know, but that's the best part when it makes no sense. Dig up to Gunnar, who says they've conceded less big chances compared to last year. What other big chances have teams had against Arsenal besides Johnson for Forest? It's a good question.
Tottenham fans signing, innit? You don't have them stats, innit? You know them ones.
Did you watch the game against Palace or nah?
Yeah. Tell me the big chances that they had. Tell me.
Did you not see the second half when there was literally?
No, I'm telling me the specific big chances they had, bro. Because I watched their.
They have
No, Don. Wait, Don. What were the big chances?
Eze and Ayew at least had a chance each in that second half.
I never said they didn't have chances. They'd have big chances.
Well, I don't know whose Premier League stats comes with top 8. If you want to check it on your computer,
what are you talking about, Eze? When we challenged him and he's trying to win a penalty, you talking about that?
About actual stats from the Premier League so far this season.
Okay, cool.
So this isn't just me coming out with thin air.
No, I hear it, but they've not that we. But if you look at the chance, no, you're right. The stats are, and I'll give you the stats are the stats at the end of the day. But from what I've been watching, we've not conceded many big chances. And I think when we do refer back to our, not even when, because I don't know with this manager right now. If we refer back to our normal style, I don't think we concede those same amount of chances, and we put teams away.
That's true. Look, if he sticks with a formula that worked last season, then there's no issues. But the problem is right now is he knows the pressure's on him to at least challenge again, and everyone now is looking at Arsenal to challenge. If Arsenal come fourth this season, that's a failure. Simple, it's a failure.
Yep.
Whereas last season, if you came fourth, it's like, well done, congrats. Whereas now that's not, it's a flop.
That's going backwards.
You can't tell me that if at the end of the season you come fourth, with no trophy.
Bruv, you're even going too far. Third. If we come third, it's a bad season.
Come on, man.
If we couldn't, let me just tell you something from now.
Brother, don't wait. Look, hey, bro. I have my standards. You have your standards, innit?
Bro,
so
come on.
If we,
so you're telling me, if you come
go
third
on.
and no trophy, just hypothetically,
yeah.
If you come third and no trophy, and you spent £200 million, basically, then that is acceptable.
It's not acceptable.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. It's not. I said it. I said even if we come third, it's unacceptable. You're going as far as fourth.
No, this is what
fourth
I said.
Fourth is too far.
I said, what for you then, as a fan this season, is acceptable?
Minimum this season is a title challenge and a trophy.
Is FA Cup included?
That's for me.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Of course it is. Of course, FA Cup is included in that. A title challenge and a trophy.
How about
not either or?
How about if it's like a Carabao Cup? Because last season you lot were saying you don't care about that. So what happens then?
I wasn't part of that brigade. So if you're asking me personally, every cup is important, isn't it?
Of course
every
it is.
cup.
Oh, so is a community shield? Are you counting that?
Of course, it's important. Of course, it is, man. Okay, for the share fact, for the share fact, everyone said that was Declan Rice and Havertz's debuts for Arsenal. Then it's a competitive game, bro. That's it.
Okay, so before I ask you,
the Super Cup is a competitive game, isn't it?
Because I want to know how low you want to go with this.
All right, that's as low as I go. That's as low.
1 second, Conley. Wait, waffling. They haven't conceded more than 1 XG. I know. I agree with you, Tony. But then they'll tell me I twerk for Arsenal if I said it. So I let Conley fight his own fight. But let's just go back to that quickly before I ask the guys about the pressure thing before we move on. Are you going to be shameless if you do a title challenge and win just the Community Shield? You're going to say we achieved what we wanted to achieve?
Nah, I come on his side, bro. I'm bad, but come on, bro. Nah.
You said a trophy and a title challenge, right?
Nah. I'm not. But the Community Shield, I need another trophy. I need another one.
I was thinking if you were about to come that
Come
plate
on,
right
bro.
there, it's gonna be a long
You should
day.
kick me out of the stream if I was that shameless, bro. Really.
Okay,
Real talk.
so this whole pressure thing, whichever one of you guys like, because I know Kish has been talking about it. Aaron, Don, Kunle, you guys want to chime into this whole pressure things? Do you guys buy this whole pressure thing on Arteta?
Personally, for me, right, because it was getting labelled at Man United all last season that we were lucky to finish third because of other teams, Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs, whoever not showing up. Same as for Arsenal, because let's be honest, like they were the London Leicester last season, yeah, like they literally should have won the league and they didn't. And
this London Leicester team.
Them getting
Do
top
you know
four,
why we can never be Leicester, Aaron? Do you know why? Just quickly, just before you finish.
Because they won it.
Because we're a big club, bro. So we can't be considered as Leicester. That's the difference. They were the fairy tale story, so we can't be considered the same.
Hang on. Wait. Let me bring you back down to earth, yeah?
You don't need to, bro. We're a big team, bro. That's it.
They didn't do no 93%. So show respect to Leicester because they actually finished the job and won it. You didn't.
No, I never said that they don't deserve respect, but when they're not a big club, bro, that's what I'm saying. Listen to the words that I'm coming out my mouth, though. They're not a big club, and we are. So I don't know where you brought that other stuff into. Respect to Leicester. They did their thing. Fairy tale story. Big 'em up, man. I hope to see another story like that again. But they're not a big club, so they can't be, because we can't have a Leicester season because we're not a small club, bro.
But even without the Leicester thing, do you think this pressure thing is real? Pressure on Arteta, etc.
I don't personally, man. I just think he's arrogant and he's forcing his new signing, 65 million signing into the side, and he's willing to die on that sword. So it's up to him. It's up to him what he wants to do. If he does the right thing and pulls the guy out of the limelight next week against United and we get the W, then we're cooking again. If I see that boy starting in central midfield again, hey, I'm flying back to London, bro. I'm flying back. It's on, man. Because it's madness,
Fair enough. And speaking of United, we've got to talk about the jammy, dodgy bastards next. Everyone watching us right now or on the replay, hit that like button. There's around 800 people here. Big up to you guys, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe to This Is Football if you're yet to do so. Big up to Tony Bloom, Elias, Waves, and Gunnar for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing. Meet me at halfway line. 300 likes is our next target. So slap up that like button, subscribe. Keep letting us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Ron,
yo,
5 minutes into the game, you're probably going like, "Oh my god." Were you at the game before I just segue the segment?
Yeah.
You were at the game because I know you do go to the games. 5 minutes into the game, you're probably thinking the worst, and rightfully so, because of the start that you had within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What did you make of today's game? Comeback win.
Why did he have to put me through the ringer every single time? Why did he? Why can life not just be simple? Why can we not just like I said before? There's clearly a hangover. There's clearly something not functioning well in this team, and they didn't come out of the dressing room pretty much. Like they were still in the changing room, and I think how they break away from us being on a corner, and it's who was it? It was Rashford. Just absolutely just didn't again. Just and I've said it about him so many times. He's a bottler. He doesn't have the fight. He doesn't have the metal. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it, and that's the worst thing. Especially when you're a forward. And if someone puts it on him a little bit, he does not want it. He will run away and he'll hide. And he didn't want to face. The Forest striker. And
I want you. Big up, man. My God.
Taiwo, I want Niger boy.
Do you know what? Fair play to him, you know. And he
I don't know the carry last.
He did another as well, to be fair to him. And then straight away they go and get a free kick, which I was on the opposite end of the stadium. For me, it didn't look like a free kick, so you might have to school me on that one. And then he went and got two, and then it was kind of like that woke us up, and it was like, right, finally we got into the game. We started to look a little bit dangerous. Ante, for me, in that first half was by far our sort of greatest attacking threat. I think he had a really good game, considering obviously the criticism, rightfully so, that he's had for the last last couple of weeks, but since we bought him, pretty much, to be fair. So it was nice for him. It's nice for him to have a good performance and a solid performance. Bruno as well really led by example today, I thought. And it's easy to say we were lucky, but it was like as soon as they scored that second goal, we were the only team in it, and I think we really.
Ron, is that what we're gonna do right here?
Did you watch the game?
Doing? Is that what we doing now?
Did you?
Is that what we doing?
Yeah, I watched the game fully.
I watched the game.
Whole hate along.
Okay. Okay, maybe.
To be honest, we had both great games on the screen at the same time, so I was kind of watching the game.
But we looked like we could score it pretty much any time.
Your own fan base is calling you out here, to be fair.
But don't you think they also did, bro? And that red card did you a massive favor. You got the result. Don't get it twisted. You got the 3 points, and you can't be mad at that. But the red card did you a massive favor for me.
I don't
You're
think
mute, bro.
I don't think it did.
I'm not gonna lie, if I didn't watch the game at all and just listen to you right now in your segment, I would be thinking, "Yo, this is a 5-1 masterclass from you." Now.
Nah.
Anthony got a brace.
Tell him.
Let's unpack
the same game.
Get them, Kish, man.
If you listen to what I said after the.
Kish has got his balls back, man. Big up Kish, man. He got a little couple of W's, man. I love that.
After we went 2-0, we were the better side, and that's not bollocks. That's the truth. We were the better side. They had chances, but we were the better side, and we looked like scoring pretty much most times we went forward.
Didn't they?
That's a good question.
Not as much as we did. Not as much as we did.
No. That's not what I asked you. Didn't they though? Didn't they look like to score every time they?
I said to you, they had chances. Yeah, they had chances, but we were by far the better side, and we had the impetus. It's like you saying before. Well, did they have big chances? Do you know what I mean? When you were trying to deflect it.
Yeah, they did. Only you stopped Gibbs White from scoring. That was going in the back of the net. You saw it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, no, I'm not saying he didn't have big chances. I was asked the question, did they have big chances?
Yeah, and I named it.
That was the opposite end.
I gave the chances as well.
You walked right into that, Aaron.
So let me ask you two questions. Let me ask Aaron two questions. I don't want to press you a lot because you did win, but I have two questions I want to ask. First of all, Robbie, big up to him. He's surprised by the Rashford comment, so I wanted to unpack that a little bit. And the second thing is the question that you've been asked 500 times. So let's make it 501. Style of football, Mr. Ten Hag, 9 players later. Those two things, unpack the whole Rashford thing and talk to me about Ten Hag.
The Rashford thing.
Yeah, that puff at the start said it all.
Yeah, you've got to unpack it.
that said a lot, bro.
Robbie is a United fan, and he's like one of them, proper
man.
United. Fans,
I don't know how you can be surprised by the Rashford comment, because if you've watched any of him this season, I mean, he's been by far our worst player, and that says a lot considering the bad performances that we've had. If you watched him for 90 minutes, especially in the stadium at number 9, I'll be honest, and it goes back to the FA Cup final. We may as well be 10 men down because he's not on the pitch and his head's not in the game. He is by far. I'd rather have Weghorst at number 9. He's the worst striker I've ever seen play for Manchester United.
At number 9.
The worst number 9.
Weghorst, bro. Come on, bro.
But he's not a 9 though, he's a winger.
Exactly, and that's my point. He doesn't have the skill set to play in that role effectively. He can't hold the ball up well. He can't bring people into play.
Did I just fucking hear Weghorst?
Yeah, you heard it.
That's not his fault, though. That's not his fault. It's your manager that's playing him there.
Hey. Mate, and again,
let him go. Go on, Aaron. What else?
This goes back. Back to the interview, and this is why I got a problem with that interview with Gary Neville. Is that I don't care if you don't want to play in that position. As a fan, I don't care and I don't want to hear it. You should not be coming out and saying I'm better as a 9. I'm better on the wing. I don't want to play as a 9. I don't want to hear it. You're a professional footballer, and if the manager wants you to do a job somewhere, you do it.
Freaking do it. I'm with it, bro.
The example of this is the person that wore the number 10 before him, and that was Wayne Rooney. He played all over the pitch, and he did it when he needed to do it. That's what I want from you. But
he was a versatile player, though. Not every player's like that.
Right. But you say that, but Rashford got into the team as a number 9. The only reason he got into the team was because all our number 9s were injured, and he scored 2 goals.
Can I also ask why?
4 goals in 2 games, wasn't it?
That was a couple of years ago, though, man.
Ten Hag played Sancho as a false 9, but now he's not even playing him. Like, what's going on there?
I think rubbish, bro. He's rubbish.
He came on and did it today, I believe.
No, he came on. He was United's one of their best players against Tottenham as well when he came on the other week.
Yeah,
Bro, he's rubbish. Don't do that, Kiss, man. He's
and
rubbish.
Wolves,
Nah,
and
he's not
Wolves as
rubbish.
well. Wolves as well. He was.
He's had more of an output than Anthony has in all the games so far, without a doubt.
Again,
100%.
well,
Not really an achievement, but I hear you.
It's not an achievement, but what I'm saying is like you'd rather give the player who's had more of an impact and opportunity than keep playing the player that's not been performing.
That hasn't, yeah.
Well, that's where you got a problem because Anthony's his man and he's sticking by. You know, what's that song? Stand by your man. That's what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? So,
he's doing the Arteta with Havertz right now.
So it's like he's got two of them because he's got the fish and chips Donny van der Beek as well.
That's Weghorst comment.
So,
yeah, that's still taking you off. Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, like we're going that bad. So speaking of Ten Hag, since you're on it, style of football. What are you saying before we open the floor?
I mean, I'd like you guys to tell me if there's one because I don't see it.
If you don't know as a fan, we definitely don't know, bro.
This is what worries me the most, and you know he's talked about being the best transition team in the world. I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can do it with 2 10s and leaving Casemiro so isolated. And you know, there's been a lot of talk this week or the last sort of week or so in that, you know, Casemiro is a detriment to the team. Like this is what people are saying when really what you're doing is probably highlighting his deficiencies more than helping highlight his strengths. That's how it feels, and he's being overrun. And it's like you're scapegoating your best player alongside sort of Bruno. And
who's your best player? Casemiro.
Who's our best player? I think Casemiro's our best player, hands down. I mean,
I think Ten Hag is doing to him exactly what Klopp did to Fabinho last year, which is give him 60 acres of space to cover.
That's exactly what.
And funny enough, today he looked 100 times better with Eriksen in there.
This is what I mean, and even Eriksen frustrates me because he's quite weak and he
leave Tony Stark alone, bro. Leave Tony Stark alone.
I've also got a question about.
I've
got a question for you. Can Onana fly? Can he fly? I saw some serious movements today in the net from Onana. I was a bit curious as to what was going on there in that first.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Hey,
Aaron didn't mention Onana just levitating.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on Onana for the first 5-10 minutes at least.
Oh, I didn't. Again, overended the stadium to me, so I didn't see it.
Oh,
so
now he didn't see it. He's in a Wenger. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. A Wenger thing. Yeah, is that what you're on? Oh, Aaron, you're better than that. Aaron, you're better than that, bro.
Wow.
You're better than that, bro. I said I didn't see it. Man saw all the other Man saw all the chances Man U had, but he didn't see that one. Yeah, flipping hell. Surprise.
You'd have to, honestly, you're gonna have to enlighten me because I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Listen,
so you see what happened when
this guy.
The streets in the
so when Onana was dropping low.
You haven't seen the highlights?
Nah, but mate, I've literally come home.
But you saw all your chances, right? No matter what side of the pitch you were, you saw all your chances, didn't it?
My eyes are focused on
That's why he said he'd rather have Weghorst. He's focusing on that area.
I get you.
So, Don, what are you saying, Don? You've been quiet.
He did fly for a save in the second half, though. He did kind of.
You saw that. You saw that.
Looking at the attack.
Yeah. Again, you saw that,
yeah? I tell you what, I'll make it easier for you. Just watch it from 4 minutes. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Just is that the second 2-minute segment? That's all I want you to do.
Is that the second goal?
Oh, is it coming back? Is it coming back now?
No, I'm asking a
question. You're asking.
Just for 4 minutes.
I don't know.
Just focus on your goalkeeper from minute 4 to minute 5. That's all I ask. Just focus.
I think I would like to think that Aaron hasn't said this, but the problem is with United is their fan base. That's the genuine problem because Onana walks into this league as the best keeper in the world. Like that's the fucking problem.
No. He's
who's the best keeper in the world, Aaron?
He's third best. He's third best in the league for me.
Who's the two better than
him?
Look at this app. He knows what he's doing. Hey,
to be fair, Aaron, that's probably the one Liverpool player like everyone his consensus agreement on.
Ramsdale and Pope, innit? Obviously.
Ramsdale made a mistake today. It's the wrong day for you, pal. Wrong day for you.
Obviously, it's Alisson and Edison, the two Brazilians. Obviously, man, come on.
100%. Don, what are you saying? Why are you quiet? You trying to
No, I'm just
United
I'm
thing?
nah, bro. I'm just taking in what he's saying right now because I'm
Go
looking
on.
at Man United right now, and you don't need some additions, man. You need some additions.
Oh,
You know,
for sure, mate.
it's
5 or 6.
it's. Do you know what I mean? You need quite a lot, especially in midfield right now. And obviously Mason Mount, he brought him in. Ten Hag's quite stubborn. I think that if Mason didn't get injured, he might have been playing today. Do you get it? You might have seen the exact same thing that you saw against Spurs.
I think we lose today. Sorry to cut you out. We lose today if Mount plays. Yeah,
100%. I said the same thing against Wolves. Up against Wolves, you had no control of the game. It was back and forth, grenades, hot potato football. You get rid of the ball as quickly as you can. It was like a competition. Same sort of thing against Spurs when you missed your chances in the first half. You know, you just kind of didn't grow into the game. Do you get it? Casemiro's getting skipped past. Mason Mount, it just isn't that guy to play the double pivot. But today, when I watched a bit of your game, you had a little bit of control. Obviously, you've got Eriksen in there that can play that role, but we're talking about Eriksen that's past it, man. You get it? Like, past it. So you had enough to get the job done against Forest. But the way you played today, like Kunle was saying earlier, it wasn't like an overly convincing win. It was just, you got the job done at home. Actually, not even the job done. Wait, did they win? They won the game, innit?
Yeah,
we won.
You won the game in the end. Yeah. Because I'm thinking of the Arsenal game. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you got a penalty in it. Yeah. But yeah, no.
Man always United, on your mind, Dan.
Man United, yeah. Like, listen, right now, like I said, you were always gonna beat Forest if you went back to just basics. Putting Rashford in the left, putting Eriksen, bring a little bit of control. Casemiro played all right today as well. But United, man, you need some additions because a better team beats you today. The quality, the physicality in that midfield is not there.
The thing that I can say, look, Jamie Carragher recently put down an article about how Casemiro has been poor. I think that's just ridiculous. I think that's poor journalism, personally. Yeah. And the reason why is because when you put someone like Casemiro alongside a Bruno and also Mount, that's just unfair to Casemiro. The reason why last season he performed is, again, Fred and McTominay aren't the best quality players, but what they do give Casemiro is that extra player who has protection with him. So if you bring someone like an Amrabat and then you play an Amrabat, Casemiro, and then say Bruno in a more attacking role or Mount, I don't think you can personally play both. Then
you can't.
You will see the Casemiro that you saw last season. But if you don't do that and you stick with Mount and Bruno, you're literally leaving this guy to dry, and he's literally taking all the criticism. And that's why I think someone of like
they're doing
Fabinho. You would have thought his experience would
Please
be
play that way next week. Please play that way.
If you watch Mason Mount the whole time, if you've watched Mason Mount, listen, this guy's got a good enough sample size to know that he doesn't work in the pivot. You get it? Mason needs to be further up the pitch. That's why you can't start him with Bruno, because it's just like one of the other. Like, Bruno's very creative. Mason isn't. You know what I'm saying? I said it to Man United fans before they got him. I said he's a diluted version of Bruno because he works hard off the ball, but he's got no creativity whatsoever. And I kept bagging on about it. I said Ten Hag is going to have to coach it into him. But he's starting off by playing him in a pivot. It's just not going to work because Mason doesn't dictate the play. He's not that type of player.
Yeah, I'm really worried about
the thing is, I think with Ten Hag, what Ten Hag needs to realize is this isn't the Dutch league. This isn't the Dutch league where you can play Klaassen, De Ligt, and Donny van de Beek. This isn't. You can't play those kind of pivot threes in the Premier League because they will literally piss all over you. They will piss all over you. This ain't no Dutch Liga 1. Yeah, this is the Premier League, man. You will get battered playing that kind of setup as a three.
Just like you did to them last week. Tell them.
Can't play him.
I agree. Like I say, I'm so surprised that Mason Mount was the player we've chased before buying an actual number 9. Like, I couldn't actually believe. And I'm getting called out by my own fans because I'm already on his back. I'll say it now. Hassan can have this little exclusive. Mason Mount will be the biggest flop of this Premier League season, without a shadow of a doubt.
Loud it for the people at the back.
Listen. Kai Havertz will have a better season than Mason Mount. I don't think he's right in any way, shape, or form for this Manchester United team, and I just don't see him. He's never gonna get ahead of Bruno. So if we do bring Amrabat in, I think if Amrabat comes in, we're giving him a month, similar to Casemiro. He takes Mount out the side. So Højlund to come in, he's going to take the number 9. And Martial coming in today, and I hate saying this in 2023, But
Oh, don't say what I think you're about.
guys.
No.
Please,
No,
Aaron, please.
No.
Just some decorum. It's 2023, Aaron. It's
Let me
2023,
finish
Aaron.
before you all jump
He
down the neck.
dribbled past Skirtle 7
me-
years ago.
let
Martin
me-
Skirtle.
Let me just say what I needed to say. Right? I'm not Ty. I've not got a pillow behind me. I'm not gonna start all that. Yeah. All I'm saying is, Martial playing today was good because it was nice to finally have someone who can play the number 9 role half decently, because we've not had anyone like that for
I'm
a
sorry.
very, very, very long time.
That brother's starving. That brother's starving. He's starving, my brother.
Aaron, you know, today
You have been fasting for 90 days, bro. 90 days, 90 nights. You just want some food. You just want to eat. I just want to eat.
Hey, you see, Aaron, I was laughing because Aaron was saying it and he couldn't keep a straight face himself.
I just need some water.
Listen,
Martial.
Martial.
You know he's still got that Ballon d'Or clause in his
Ah,
contract.
bro, he'll make
Still
him.
got
I'm
that
having
Ballon
literal
d'Or
tears
clause
in
in
my
his
eyes, bro.
Wait, you don't still pay him like
He's still got that extra £5 million buyout Ballon d'Or clause in his contract.
and
I think it's
that,
still paying.
Why did you allow a window for Martial to be talked about? Why, Aaron? Why? It's
What's
never
that?
going to go well. Why did you open up a window for Martial to? Why? Why?
because
It never ends well.
listen, because it's
Oh,
funny.
mate.
It's funny, isn't it? Why not?
Can't
That's
even
what I'm
do
saying. It's
I
horrific
can't
to
do
say
it.
something like that in 2023.
it.
But
You know,
Mate.
that goal where Martin Tyler ejaculated
it
happened
needed
7 years ago. That's how long it was, like 7 years ago.
Oh.
Can you imagine? 7 years we're still talking about Martial. Might as well bring back Lingard. Let's talk about him too.
I still remember that goal he scored
So,
against Liverpool in his debut, like it was yesterday.
I've just been invited back into Martial FC apparently, so that's good to know.
Hey.
It's a madness. It's a madness.
I've declined it. I've declined it. Don't worry.
Anyway, now that we moved on from the two clubs that have had the weekends, I want to talk about Chelsea and Spurs next. Before I do, 700 people are still here. Big up to you guys, man. Slap up the like button, subscribe. Big up to Murad, Robbie, Canters, Gunnar, Tony Bloom. Tony Bloom, Hitman up in it. Big up to Elias, big up to Waves. Let me just go through the super chats quickly. I smoked 3 shisha today because of Arsenal. 3 shishas a lot. Be careful.
Nice.
Your lung is not a V8 engine, Habibi. Be careful. Progression is not lateral, AFC fans. It's bumpy. And then he says, Basmati Rice was holding West Ham back. They're top now. Are West Ham?
Yeah, they're top.
Brighton, top
Goal
of the league,
difference.
Oh,
Goal
no,
difference.
no. I swear Spurs were top.
Nah. Goal difference because it. Come on, man.
No, they are.
Spurs were top for a
West Ham were
second.
top of the league. Oh my God. I love this game. I dare you, Kunle, draw or lose against these guys next week.
Right, we're finished. We're finished. I'll be here if you invite me. We're finished.
Go into the international break with West Ham above you. Oh, we're gonna have some conversations, brother.
What about you? What about if you lot end up with West Ham above you?
I don't I'm not involved in this shit. I'm a top 4 team now, so just leave me alone. Also, this is the Saturday review show, episode 3. Like and subscribe, you guys. We play Sunday.
Big up.
On the next one, innit? Big up to you guys. I'm going to London to do Arteta a favor by injuring Havertz myself. I will sacrifice myself for the team. Come on, you Gunners. Yo.
Hey, I'm not going to promote injuring any man, but I never said you should injure him, but
Do what you gotta do.
It is what it is. I can't lie. Man United today looked a lot better without Mount, so I don't know how you would look without Havertz. But
Mount got injured in training, right? In training. Them ones there, Aaron. In training, yeah.
Listen, it's my channel. I don't promote any violence against any football players. Stay safe, Havertz. Love, man.
Yeah, stay safe, man. Big up, man.
And then the exact next comment: Havertz versus Mount, Anthony versus Pepe. Kill me now.
Literally.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm actually sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. Love you, my brother. Onana to be a disastrous signing, worse than De Gea. Ooh, I mean, first game he played well, to be fair, outside the clothesline from hell to the Wolves player. Second game, it was a bit sticky. Third game, is today's game. Of course, he didn't make the mistake where he was dropping it like it's hot for the first goal. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Big up to you, Cantors. Zach CFC says we back. So I am back, baby. Hey, Poch at the helm. You know my problem back with your fan base. See this Chelsea fan base. It's the most shameless. Like, you know, I love
the absolute
most shameless, obnoxious, spoilt brats. As soon as they lose a couple of games, they all disappear.
It's only the Abramovich fans, bro, not the ones before Abramovich, bro.
You know, as soon as they win a game,
it's only Don and them, man. They're
like, I'm sure Don probably won't hide, but let me tell you right now, 3/4 of this Chelsea fan base would be hiding if they lost to Luton. Some of them might have even been poached out, but hey ho, it is what it is. Anyway, as I was saying, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Next up, final segment, because I don't want to keep the guys for too long, is just kind of Chelsea and Spurs together. Two teams, good football. They both won. I want to start with Chelsea because their game was on Friday. So let me just go to Don first. And then we go to Kish, and then we open the floor up just so we can have an overall conversation about both of them games. So, Don, go ahead, brother. The floor.
Yeah. Listen, first of all, I wasn't happy with the lineup, man. For me, I said before the game, I'm not trying to see three at the back. Because when we were playing in pre-season, the best bit of football I was seeing with these new players was in the back four. But right now, Poch keeps playing that extra defender. I know people are saying it's not three at the back. It's technically a 4-3-3 right now, but we're playing Chilwell in the wrong position. So for me, I said, listen, it better work. Because I said before the game, I'm trying to see a healthy margin. Obviously, against West Ham, we lost the game. But everyone knows we should have been in the first half. We should have battered them. Enzo, he missed that penalty. We should have won that game. Against you, man, Hussam, we should have won that game as well. We should have buried our chances and won that game, yeah? So right now, I was thinking...
buried our chances then? What happened?
Yeah, but listen, in the second half, bro, we were just all over you.
And then the first half we scored them, we win. So where do we go from here?
The big chances, though. We had the big chances. That's what you need.
Hey, we had the big chances too. Let's not.
It was a good sign, innit? So right now, it's like, yeah, we're creating these chances, but we're not burying them. And I'm looking at Chilwell on the left. I'm thinking, yo, why are we playing a defender, extra defender against West Ham? You know, we're playing an extra defender against a team like Luton. We need to impose ourselves and get a healthy scoreline. So I wasn't happy with the lineup, but it worked in the end. You know, I was happy with a few of the performances. Jackson, this guy's going to be a top player, in my opinion. I think he's very well-rounded. You know, the way he links up play. This guy's a big guy, man, but he can run at speed and keep the ball quite close to his body as well. So he just needs to start finishing his chances. I'm glad that he scored. Obviously, Sterling, he stepped up as well. That was, vintage Sterling that we used to see at Man City. So it was looking good in the first half for a little bit. But then in the second half, we let them kind of grow into the game. That's when I'm looking at it like, listen, when we go up against these teams, we need to impose ourselves a little bit more. We need to get on their neck and get the job done. We get a little bit complacent. I don't know what it is about this team right now. We get a little bit too complacent, and we gave Luton a little bit of, go on, you have your turn now. And then in the end, there was a little bit of quality there with Sterling, Enzo. This guy was balling out again, and then Jackson to finish off the game, man. So, listen, Chilwell, for me, I don't want to see him start on the left again. If you're going to play three defenders, drop Disasi. Play Chilwell left centre back if you're going to do that. If you really want to play this guy, even though he's not.
Chilwell left centre back. That would be crazy.
If that would be crazy. That would be crazy, bro. That's why for me, I would drop him and play Maatsen.
Pray for that.
Yeah.
Pray for that.
I'll drop him and play Maatsen. But right now, he's the vice captain, so he's not going to get dropped because the chances that this guy can be scoring right now is mad. He's right in front of the goal. He's thinking like a defender. He's not thinking to put his foot through the ball. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's working because Chilwell's getting in between the lines and his movement's A1. But when he gets there, bro, he's not burying these chances. He's not burying them at all at the moment. It's really annoying because he's a clean striker of the ball. Everyone knows Chilwell's got a shot on him. Do you get it? So we need to actually play an extra attacker rather than going pragmatic. Like in the next game, I need to see Poch go back to a back four.
Before we go to just talk to us about Spurs, just quickly, this whole striker situation, where do you lay with it? Are you like, I want Jackson to get the full opportunity, or are you by a striker? Like which side are you on?
I'm definitely by a striker. Like right now, I would go with Broja and Jackson till at least January, and then in January go all out for Tony. That's the guy that I want. Do you get it? Because right now we need a guy that's going to
Arsenal, bro. It's coming Arsenal.
Listen, you guys can think that everyone's going to think it's going to come to their
team. I know everyone's going to be on that.
That Bowley is a psychopath, brother. Leave it alone.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Innit? If Chelsea want a player, we get that player. And Tony, he ain't going to have to move anywhere. It's London. Do you get it? All the man them are at Chelsea as well. I know Arsenal have got a good project as well. But listen, right now, he's getting a lot of game time at Chelsea right now. Do you get it? So
that's the issue. All the man them are at Chelsea. He wants a chance to win some trophies.
A chance to win. You want
I
to tell me?
he would start at Arsenal as well.
You
Come
want
on,
to?
Alright, this ain't Romans Chelsea, bro. So don't say the last 20 years thing, bro. We're talking about the new Chelsea, bro.
Hold on. Okay, what?
Don't you
trophies
don't
does he
think
want?
he'd start at Arsenal? I think
No,
he
I'm-
starts at
No, he would. But I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
he'll
ahead
get
of
it.
I'm saying he has more chance to win a trophy at Arsenal than at Chelsea right now. In my
Say that
opinion.
again?
He has more chance to win a trophy at Arsenal than at Chelsea right now, in my opinion.
Not necessarily because you haven't won anything right now. You haven't
No,
won.
fair enough.
You won
But
the
under
FA.
Bowley, you haven't won anything either. So we're saying the same thing.
So but what I'm saying is he'll come into a lot of quality that we've already got with a quality manager that's good at developing young players. So I'm confident that he can actually push us to that next level. Do you get it? So for me, I would go all out for Tony because right now there's only two strikers that will guarantee you goals: Tony and Osimhen. Osimhen's too expensive. So I would go for Tony. Do you get it? I don't want to just go for any random guy that's gonna come just to fill in the space for a little bit. Then we have to get rid of them. I want a long-term bagsman. So for me, it's Tony right now, and I would go with Roger, and then keep Jackson till at least January. And Cuckoo's gonna come back as well. You know that gives us a little bit more flexibility.
When's he officially back?
He's back in January.
Oh, that's not too bad actually.
Back in January, so he should be back by then. So obviously we've got Lavia to come back. That's the good thing. Right now, there's a few people to come back, like Badiashile, Mudrik's gonna come back. There's a few players to come back. So I'm praying that when these guys do come, we're gonna go to at least a 4-3-3. Play Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo in that midfield, and play an extra attacker. Don't do this chill or left wing stuff. I don't want to see that.
Okay.
like
Before we go
Steve.
to Kish and just speak on Spurs and Chelsea as well, we're gonna carry on. Kunle, where can people find you, my brother? Because he's got to bounce.
You can find me on One Touch TV on all platforms, and you can find me on Tunnel TV on all platforms. Check out the match reactions for the Liverpool-Newcastle game tomorrow. Big up.
Okay, big up to you. Thank you so much.
Big up the panel, man. Take it easy, man. Have a good one.
Big up.
Smash the likes.
Easy, brother.
I don't want to keep the guys for too long as well, so let's just go to Kish and speak about the kind of the Spurs game today against Bournemouth before we get Aaron's thoughts and we wrap up. Go on, Kish.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna do a full 180 on this. Look, I was completely against Big Angus. I literally thought he was probably my kebab waiter next down the road because I literally thought the guy's whole experience is Japanese league football, J League football, and Scottish league football, where it's literally a 2-horse race. I thought it's too much of a step up. But look, I was very naive, and it's one of those where I think, you know, he's such a likable character in terms of the way he is. Like, he thinks outside the box, basically. And I think for us as well, as fans, it's one of those where we're always going for the big names. So for me as a fan, when we got Jose Mourinho, when we got Antonio Conte, I was like, wow, these are huge names who've won trophies wherever they've been. So it guarantees its success. But that's just not it. And we've kind of like gone back to what we did when we hired Poch, where we took on a hungry manager who'd had a season at Espanyol and then had a season at Southampton in a progressive Southampton team, which had that kind of front press, you know, attacking style of play. And we've done that with Ang, basically. That's the approach that we've taken. And I said this before we kicked off on the show, that for me as a fan, because a lot of people on TalkSport today were saying, because our fans were singing, we've got our Spurs back, we've got our Tottenham back. And it was like, I don't know what they're on about by that. In the last 4 years, I have not seen this style of football. The end of the Poch era, even that Champions League final season, it was starting to get stale. We were getting pragmatic. We were starting to play more counter-attacking football. Then we went to Mourinho, then we went to Nuno, and then we went to Conte. And it's been that kind of football. So for me as a fan, just to see us playing attacking front foot football and with the sort of players that we've got in place, like Bissouma looks like a new signing completely for £25 million. Maddison, again, I personally, I said this when we signed him. I don't know how. I know he's come from a relegated team, but I don't know how we've got Maddison at Tottenham. I'll be completely honest with you. If you look at the sort of fees that are being paid out for players, I have no idea how we've got James Maddison for £40 million. I think that's going to be the signing of, in terms of value and everything on top, I think that will be the signing of the summer window. So it's onwards and upwards, but I am very cautious as a fan because when we got Conte after that top 4 season, I said last season we're going to come third, we're going to challenge for the league, we're going to win a trophy, blah, blah, blah. Under Mourinho, I said we're guaranteed, and it just didn't happen. So for me as a fan, I've kind of been battered by it. So I think for us, it does help the fact that we don't have any European competition. And I do think that this style of football in cup tournaments like a League Cup or FA Cup does really help rather than having counter-attack. So I do think this season we'll have a good opportunity to probably hit top 6 and get a trophy on top of that. But so far, there's no Spurs fan that can say to you that they're not enjoying what you see. For me, I actually look forward to match day now. Whereas under Conte and Mourinho, by the end of it, I was like, honestly, you could literally send me to a prison camp than watch Spurs play on a match day, because I knew what had happened, which would be we'd sit back 5, back 6, wait to score on the counter for Harry Kane and Son to do something magical, and then literally hold that 1-0 lead for the rest of the game. Whereas now, even when we're scoring, we're trying to get another. And you saw that against Manchester United last weekend, where when we scored the first goal, we went to score the second goal. Same today. Whereas beforehand, we've not done that. So for me, I know it's very early doors, but so far, there's nothing for me to be disappointed in, if I'm honest.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like when I was on the top 6 on the terrace, I was saying it to people. Like people would come and say, you know, when Tottenham sell Kane, they're done. Tottenham with this manager, like he's coming from Celtic. What happened with Steven Gerrard? And I've done a bit of research on him, and I listened to a few people that actually watch Celtic, and they were all saying this guy is a serious manager. When I listened to his interviews at Celtic, when I saw what he did, you know, back in Australia and that. The talent ID is one thing that I saw that was spoken about as well. So I was like, hang on a second, yeah. Right now, it's time for Tottenham to take a bit of a hard reset. It's time for them to humble themselves and go back to their habitat, because they've been trying to get too big for their boots, going for the glamorous signings like Jose, glamorous signings like Conte, but then you're not backing them to that extent. You get it? If Conte is not going to get his players, it's not going to work. And we know that man is a child, isn't it? He's going to walk out on the job. Mourinho, same sort of thing. It never ends well. So I said, listen, for me, Ange looks like a manager that looks like he's, you know, got a bit of personality. He doesn't look like someone that's incompetent. Like he looks like he can cook something up as long as you give him his own players. And one thing I said as well, I said Tottenham fans, they're going to have to trust that when he scouts someone and you've never heard of them, just believe in him. Because I'm hearing that he's got good talent ID. He scouted Mitoma for Celtic before he went to Brighton. And look at Mitoma now. This guy's probably going to be close to 100 million if he's not there already. So I think it's good times for Tottenham. The only thing with them, if they had like a Qatari owner right now, listen, they could cook something serious, because the guy's got a really good style of play and he's got the players. But I'm looking at their depth. If Maddison gets injured, what happens there? Basuma, if he gets injured, what happens there? Richarlison's not firing. Son's looking old. You know, Kulu, he's not looking like the same player. So there's still a lot of investment that needs to be done. But your starting 11, it's going to cook something in it. But I don't think you can you know, sustain it over the season.
I break it down to 3 positions. As a fan, I break it down to 3 positions, right? And I'm sure you probably agree. You take Romero and VDV out of that team. The substitutes we have is Ben Davis, Davinson Sanchez, Eric Dyer. So that automatically is a defeat. Drop. We're playing with 10 men, basically. So you need an upgrade to that. So you need another option like a Tapsoba. Midfield, I actually disagree with you, because we've got the likes of Bentancur that's still going to be coming in a few weeks, to be honest. He's going to be fit by September. So even if Maddison's out, no, he's back in 3 weeks. He's back in September.
Oh, okay.
So this is what I'm saying. So you've got him there.
Okay, yeah,
if we keep, it's a big if. It's a big if. And I don't know if you man watch the Spanish league, etc. Giovanni Lo Celso is a player as well that's been in the background for a long time at Tottenham, but he's been under managers that have, again, hasn't suited his style. So I know he's not Maddison's quality, but he's proven in other competitions in the Champions League and in La Liga that he can have a good amount of output. So for me, that is, if we keep Lo Celso, then I think that is there for a couple of games. And then the final one, which is blatantly obvious, we need a striker. You can't. Yeah. I never wanted Richarlison at my club, to be honest. I always said for 60 million, and Hussam can vouch for me when last season, it was the biggest robbery for me of getting him. Everyone said in the World Cup, oh yeah, he's banging goals. You're playing against Panama and these man. Like, I'm sorry, that doesn't count. Like, it doesn't matter if you're scoring goals against these opposition. It's literally stat padding. He just can't. He's good at holding up the ball, but so was
Is
Emil
he?
Heskey. And look at his goals
No,
record.
you
So
think
this is
he's
what
good
I'm
at holding up the
saying.
ball?
You need an upgrade to him. And yes, Son has lost a yard of pace. Huh?
You
What
think
you
he's good at holding up the ball? Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit.
No, I say he has a bit of physicality towards him, but that's literally about it. He has nothing else. So what I'm saying is, for Son, who's lost a yard of pace, Kulusevski, who's massively one-footed, we need a centre back, a winger, and a striker. We need those three positions covered, in my opinion. But if you told me today, out of all three, who I would want as the most important position, it has to be a striker. You can't tell me that you've got 100 million for Harry Kane, upfront cash from Bayern Munich, and you can't go out and buy someone like a Vlahovic when our guy Paratici, who's in prison, is still doing the scouting for us. So I'm sure he can go to baby Juventus and get some connections and go all out and get someone like him, because it's very clear at the moment we create a bucket load of chances, but Richarlison just can't finish it. So you get someone like a Vlahovic in that team, and for me, with one competition, by the way, no Europa Conference, no Champions League, no Europa League, we have a chance for top four if you sign a striker like a Vlahovic that can score you 15, 20 goals. That's how I see it.
Okay. Let me just go to Aaron. Aaron, your thoughts on Spurs and Chelsea before we wrap it up?
Yeah, like everything you're saying there about Spurs, like, you know, rather going to a concentration camp a few seasons ago to now actually wanting to go and watch your team is exactly how I and a lot of Manchester United fans I spoke to was the same as with Ten Hag last season. You know, we wanted to see our team play. Only the differences between us, you seem to have a style of play where we don't. But it's one of those, and I was so impressed with you last week. I couldn't believe the way you were playing and how you were just cutting us to ribbons at every given opportunity. It was not nice to see, but you know, it was impressive. I was really impressed. Basuma for me could be your best player. I think he's absolutely unbelievable and very underrated. I think Maddison as well. You know, brilliant. And like you say, I think that number 9. Are you even linked with anyone? Because I think it's mad to say there's 100 mil there and you're not getting someone in straight away. Because Richarlison just isn't that man.
Orban.
Oh,
Orban.
yeah. I've seen that actually. Yeah,
Orban from Ghent.
Yeah. Do you think I mean, good signing, but
for me, that's not the thing. Is right. The way I see it is that's what I mean. You're paying for potential. You get someone like a Vlahovic and pay 50, 60 million pounds, and we know Juventus need to sell. That would be, and we've got Paratici who we got Kulusevski and Bentancur from Juventus. This is his connection. So I don't understand why we've not. I know fans say to me, "Oh yeah, but he doesn't press. That's his weakness, and Ang needs a pressing striker." I don't care about that. I care about a guy who can get the ball at the back of the net, and Vlahovic can do that, especially at a team like Tottenham, which create a bucket load of chances now. He would get 15, 20 easy. I don't have any doubts about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Just Chelsea as well. Adam? Yeah, I watched the Chelsea game on Friday. Listen, Raheem Sterling scoring and being happy is one of the greatest things in football. Again, I don't care who he's played for. I just love that kid and the fact he's back. And listen, like he had such a hard season last season as Chelsea did overall, and I feel like from what I saw, Don might correct me on this. I think he sort of bore the brunt of it because he was the big signing, because he's Raheem Sterling.
I keep hearing this like Sterling was scapegoated. I didn't really hear much scapegoating.
I'm not saying he's scapegoating. I just think he bore the brunt. From what I've seen, he was kind of
criticized, but he was actually one of the, like, he was bad, but he wasn't the worst. Like those Havertz, those Mount, those worst players. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about them anymore, do you?
Yeah, exactly. I always said it with Sterling. It's a quality thing. Bring quality around him, you'll see what he's cooking up. But go on, carry on.
No, I caught that, and I'm really impressed with Jackson for what I've seen so far. And I think, you know, they're building that young dream team. And Enzo Fernandez, the fact United could have got him for 10 million a season or two ago absolutely breaks my heart every time.
Liverpool could have got him for 15.
Yeah, someone for that. Ranić recommended him, didn't he, with Alvarez? And
I already have enough pain to deal with, man.
But I have to say, and Hassan will love this. I'm looking forward in a couple of weeks for you to start the midfield of LFC. I'm really thinking that's going to be fantastic. Lavia,
Delicious.
Fernandez, and Caicedo. I mean, it's just perfect, isn't it? It's a great way to end the show, I think, Hassan.
Yeah, that was extremely
Beautiful.
unnecessary.
You know, it is,
right there.
even when you're saying it now, I'm just thinking to myself, that's like a career mode. That's a career mode midfield, you know.
Man.
That's something that I'll do in career mode. And Bowley done it in real life.
Yeah.
Man.
And let's
man.
hope you suck just like you suck in career mode. Anyway, big up everyone for tuning in to yet another Saturday review show. Let me just go through two of these super chats. Big up to Murad who says, Don, are you hoping Tony wants Chelsea? What if he doesn't? Then what if he doesn't? Are you still thinking either side?
Tony's not going to have a problem being attracted to what we've got going on right now. If we actually want him, I think we'll get him. And we've been linked already. These guys, Egbali and Todd Bowley don't lose out on players they want.
Don't response right there. Big up to you, Murad, man. Sam, who's better, Andy Carroll or Kai Havertz? Andy Carroll scored a goal at Wembley semi-final.
Don't violate Andy Carroll. This guy was balling out at Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? He went to Liverpool. He was dead there.
Scored
but he
twice against Man City. I remember half volley from like 40 yards, bro. This guy.
Yeah, even at West Ham, he was balling out. He just kept getting injured. Do you get it?
So, 35 million back then is like 90 million now. So that's
Carroll, mad. That's a throwback, you know. Carroll at Newcastle, that first spell was good, man. He was
remember he had the cane roll as well.
Yeah.
Mad.
Torres was probably one of the best strikers in the world, and he left for 50. We signed Andy for 35, so hey, that tells you all you need to know.
You know about some weird strikers, you know, like Andy Carroll, Benteke.
What was your reaction actually, Sam, when
Balotelli.
you signed Andy Carroll? What was your reaction?
Happy, of course. When we signed him, he was doing well for Newcastle.
When you signed Andy Carroll, was your reaction? You buzzing?
Yeah. I was, brother. I had Ngo. I had David Ngo as my option other than Torres. And Torres was always injured.
Nah, Husam. You lot have signed some smelly. I just said it. You tried to ignore me. You heard me, bro. Balotelli, Benteke, Andy Carroll.
El Hadj
my
Diouf.
God. El Hadj Diouf. You lot have had some howlers.
I know that ain't you talking, and I could name 10 flops just from the last 5 years. I know that ain't you speaking.
You forgot the main one. You forgot the main one. You forgot the main one. Ricky Lambert. Ricky Lambert.
Oh my days.
It has nothing to do with Liverpool. Big up to Dale who says Big Ainge doing Aussies proud. He's an Asian champion. I hope we meet Australia, Dale, this Asian Cup, because we're gonna whoop your ass.
I go Aspas. Fabio Borini. How do we forget Fabio Borini?
Big up to you guys. The guys. This
They even said Danny Ings as well.
Big Charlie Adam.
I've been a good host this whole time. Wait, what to ruin this at the end? Big up to you guys. Big up to Dale, Dirishan, Zach, Canters, Robbie, Murad, Gunnar, Tony Bloom, Elias, and Waves for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing before you go. Tomorrow's schedule is inshallah watch along, match reaction, and Al Ahos. We've got plenty of content coming your way, so please slap up the like button and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. When this video goes on YouTube, we're going to go around the lovely panel and we're going to let you know where you can find them. Kish, my brother, welcome back. Where can people find you?
Yeah, so all socials at Keishandu, but most importantly, please like, subscribe, all the good stuff. This is football at the Don Hussam 6.
Appreciate you, Kish. Thank you so much. Don, my brother, where can people find you?
Yeah, love for the invite, bro. It's always fun when we're streaming together, Hussam, man. So big you up, bro. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at GreezyDon. So GreezyDon. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. No YouTube for now, but I'm working on that right now.
You need that channel, brother. Trust me. We need the Dons. We need 2 Dons on YouTube. One Don. Big up to you, Don, man. Aaron, where can people find you?
Big up, Hassan. Been a while. Nice to be back on. Big up to the panel. It's nice to meet these two Gs. Oh, pressing me today, putting me under pressure in it. Do you know what I mean? But no.
You've got to clip up. That Martial bit. That's probably one of the top 5 funniest things I've done. That was too funny, man.
So good. Started doing football now. Obviously, I'm the king of the kit. So Talking Kit is one of the channels I do where we talk kit, and started doing more football stuff now. So AA FC, I know they've been calling me Aaron all night, but it's AAFC. Is the new channel, so find it on YouTube. I would appreciate some likes and subscribes. Listen, there'll be no Martial propaganda over there. He doesn't get mentioned, so don't worry about it. There's no Martial FC memberships going out on my channel. But yeah, big up everyone. Follow all these guys because they are all sick creators, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Always welcome. Make sure you guys go follow these great guys on the panel here. I can't lie, he can't be mad at me. He said Weghorst over Rashford. So after that, anything I said was like secondary. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow, inshallah.